Hey, what is going on, guys? DJ Hess here, CollectiveKicks.com. Wanted to bring you guys this week's Top 5 Tuesday video. And basically, this video, I wanted to cover my top 5 online retailers that I like to shop at. I always tweet a lot of deals and post on Instagram a lot of sneaker deals. And if you guys don't follow me, check me out in my social media at Heskicks on Twitter and Instagram. But this video comes from Salve Nation. Left a comment. He said he wanted to see my top 5 online retailers, and so this is for you. Other people mentioned this in the past as well, so shout out to them. And if you guys have suggestions for future Top 5 Tuesday videos, I do check the comment section. Leave some comments. Let me know what you want to see. Even if you left the comment in the past, leave it again, because it is a new year, and I'm trying to compile my list and get them ready to rock for you guys for Top 5 Tuesdays. So before we get into the top 5, couple runner-ups for you guys. One is Ruvilla or Villa. It is an online retailer that actually has a lot of cool products, a lot of major brands, Nikes, Jordans, Adidas, and stuff like that. They also have a nice sales section. So that's one of the things that I focus on myself, is the new releases that end up happening and then anything that's on sale. And they definitely have some really sick sales going on. In fact, I tweeted some last week that were like $60 for a pair of Air Jordan 1. They had a whole bunch of different ones, but they have a lot of really solid sales, so definitely recommend them. Another one on the other end of the scale is Kith. Should be in my top 5, but it actually is just not. It's why it's a runner-up. One of my favorite retailers, but just really expensive. And so with that, it's just not in my top 5. But they have, like, if you have the money for it and the bankroll for it, it's definitely a fun one to go shopping at. Also, if you guys are looking more for clothes as well as some footwear, PacSun is definitely one that I like to shop at a lot. Urban Outfitters is another one. And then also H&M. Those ones are my go-tos for like kind of like jeans and stuff like that. And you guys actually told me about those sites. And so the last runner-up is Kicks USA. Kicks USA is a great online retailer as well. And they always have sales, 20% off, 25% off select items. Really solid deals, and always free shipping. And I believe it has no tax as well. For me in Oregon, it doesn't matter because I don't have any tax anyway. But for you guys out there, no tax may be a selling point. So Kicks USA is another solid one. And they do get the Saturday morning releases usually as well, 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. So starting off with my top 5 is Finish Line. Finish Line is one of my favorites because it doesn't have the same cart features as East Bay, Foot Action, Foot Locker, Champ Sports. Those ones are really hard for me to cop sneakers from, like on Saturday morning when the drops happen at 7 a.m. PST, 10 a.m. EST. I just can never get through, and it seems to be mostly ran by bots. I can't ever win from those sites. Finish Line, however, I can. So if you join the Finish Line reward program also, it's free to join, and you get $20 rewards, basically if you spend, I think, $200, which a pair of sneakers is $100 to $200. So after a couple pairs of sneakers, you get $20 off, and you can use that on clearance items as well, which is my favorite thing to do. And another reason why this is in the top 5 is because their clearance items, when they drop in price, you don't usually have to use coupon codes. They just have some really solid deals in their clearance section. In fact, if you guys want to shop into these sites, check the links in the description and I'll list them out, the new releases as well as the clearance items. But just one of my favorite ones to just browse through when I'm just wanting to troll online and find some good deals. So the number 4 spot goes to an online retailer called Ubiq. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I bought a bunch of random collabs and stuff like from Saucony from Ubiq, and they have a lot of great quality clothing, really high-end brand names as well. But it's one of those sites that you can go shop on, and you're not going to see everything that you see from all of the major retailers. It's kind of a more niche market where they have Asics and Pumas and Sauconys and Converse and stuff, not just your main Nikes and Adidas and stuff like that. So if you kind of want to find like a one-off sort of pair of sneakers, Ubiq is definitely a go-to. Also, they have tremendous deals, 60% off, 70% off sales. I always try to tweet them when I see them. Really solid sale points. In fact, I've bought quite a few from there, and I've done a lot of unboxings from Ubiq where I've gotten a pair of sneakers for under 50 bucks. So another one that I really like to shop at is one that is overseas. It is S&S, or Sneakers and Stuff. Sneakers and Stuff is one of those sites that I randomly just started like shopping on, and it's again where you don't see your normal stuff. It's similar to Ubiq, but it has a different selection of shoes and apparel, and for that reason it's definitely one of my favorite ones. Also, $10 shipping to US, and it's really fast. From my experience, Sneakers and Stuff ships, if I order on a Saturday, I get it by like a Thursday the next week. I don't know how they do it. The UK prices are different than the American prices, so sometimes a new release will happen and it will actually be under US retail even shipped with the $10 shipping. So definitely worth at least exploring and seeing what they have available. So another one of my favorite online retailers is one called End. End is basically another one like Sneakersnstuff online, and it's from like the UK area, I believe. But they just have a lot of really cool selections, stuff that you don't see in the US. And again, the prices are a little bit different, sometimes cheaper than US prices. But they seem to get a lot of restocks. They get a lot of random Adidas NMD releases. They get a lot of higher end stuff, but at the same time, it's kind of the my favorite combination where it's like really high end, but then they have like really solid clearance deals. So you can get something that retails at $250 and they might have it on sale for 90 bucks or 80 bucks or something like that. They get like Nike Tech Knit. They get like Kanye's Yeezy Season 3 line. The one thing you do have to note is they don't really have US sizes listed. When you click the shoes, you can actually see what sizes are available, or like the comparison chart. So it's easy to do that, but sometimes my very first time on the site, I didn't know that. But definitely one of my favorite sites, one that you guys should definitely check out. Solid sales, always have online new products, and they always have products that don't necessarily mirror the US release timeline. All right, guys, we made it to the #1 spot. So the #1 spot goes to Nike.com. In my opinion, it's my favorite online retailer. It's one that I shop on the most. I always buy apparel from there. I buy sneakers from there all the time. Obviously joggers and pants, shorts. I love the Hurley line. Converse lines now on Nike.com as well. So they have a really diverse selection of stuff, but it's also just a great site to go and buy stuff for some really solid deals. This hoodie actually that I'm wearing, I got for I think $67 or $68 or something like that. And it was like a $180 hoodie. It was just one of those ones that I waited it out, and then all of a sudden I had like a 20 or 30% off code, and they just randomly released these codes. And when that happens, I ended up like just automatically going out and trying to find the best deals for myself, as well as for you guys. I tweet them out again, and I post them on Instagram and collectivekicks.com if you guys are ever wondering. And right now, actually, they have a ton of crazy deals. They dropped the prices, the 50% on a lot of stuff that you don't normally see 50%. A couple of them come to mind is the Tech Knit jogger pants. They're normally 175 or something like that. I think they're like 80. I could be wrong about the numbers, but really solid prices for that. KDs, the new KDs are 75 bucks, 50% off. They just have so many that are 50% off. In fact, I did a deals video last week on some of them because it was just kind of crazy to see 50% off. No coupon code even needed for those ones. So I'm not sure if they're going to readjust the prices, because what happens if a code happens and then they have 50% off already? I mean, we've never really seen deals like that. That's pretty much outlet bargain prices, which would be awesome if we actually start seeing online. But Nike.com is definitely my favorite one. Adidas.com is a good site as well. They always have, obviously, the new products coming for Adidas and the new Ultra Boost, Pure Boost joints that are coming out that I really want. I believe it's today or the next day. But honestly, Adidas shipping is really difficult. It doesn't really track the progress of the package whenever I buy from them for some reason. Also, their sales section is okay. It doesn't have like too much going on in the sales section. I wish it did, but for the new products, Adidas is good. But that's pretty much my top 5 though. Leave some comments and let me know in the comment sections below, what is your online retailer of choice? If you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Check the bell next to the subscribe button if you guys want to be notified of when I post videos. Thank you guys for the constant support, and I appreciate y'all for watching. Have a good rest of your Tuesday. We'll catch you guys for some more videos soon. Take it easy, guys. Peace.